Hi everyone, it's Hannah from Hanging Crochet, and today we are making these really cute crochet Christmas baubles together. Now they use the overlay mosaic crochet technique in the round and they look super tricky, but I have a secret, they're actually really easy. Now if you can work a US single crochet and a US double crochet, you can absolutely make these. The patterns are really straightforward to follow and there is a written version on the blog if you would like it, or you can also purchase the PDF which has charts as well. And we have 5 different versions of them. I've made 2 so far and we're going to make another one together today. And the great thing about them is that the bottom and the top of the bauble is exactly the same for each of the patterns. It's just this middle section here that has a different design for each of them. So once you get the knack of how to work one of them, you can work all of them. So we'll be making a nice straightforward one together on camera today, and then you can make the rest of them following the principles that we use when we work this one together. Now you can use whatever baubles you like to insert into your covers that we're going to make. I've just got some really old ones here that I don't use anymore, and these measure about 3¼ inches across in diameter. So to make the baubles, I'm using Mellow Spun DK from Mary Maxim, along with Prism DK, also from Mary Maxim, which has these most beautiful colours within the entire ball. And you don't need very much at all. One ball of each of these will be more than enough to make all 5 of the baubles that you have on offer for you. And then we're going to need a 3mm crochet hook, or the hook that meets the gauge, then a pair of scissors, a needle for your ends, and a stitch marker. So go grab your supplies. All the information of what you'll need is in the description below, along with where you'll find the pattern too. So go and decide which one you're going to make, and then let's get going. To begin the bottom of our bauble, we are going to make a magic ring, and I do that by yarning over my fingers twice, then scooping that first one through and twisting round. Now there's lots of ways to make a magic ring, so if you have another way that works better for you, then go ahead and make one as it suits you. Then I'm going to chain 1, and then into that magic ring I'm going to work 8 single crochet stitches. So we have 1 and 2, 3, and there's 8. Now I'm going to pull that ring almost closed by tugging on this end that we have here, the short end. And then for the bottom of this bauble, we're going to be working in continuous rounds. So we don't need to slip stitch into the first to join. And for round 2, we're going to be increasing our stitch count. And for this round, we're going to double it. So we need to work 2 single crochet. That's our first stitch I've put the hook into. We're going to work 2 single crochet into each stitch around. So that's 1 and 2 into that first stitch. And I'm just going to pause and put my stitch marker in so I don't lose where I am. And then into every stitch around, we're going to work 2 single crochet stitches. So our count will go up from 8 to 16 for this round. Lovely. So at the end of round 2, we're going to take that stitch marker out, and then round 3 we're going to carry on increasing. And the way that we do that for round 3 is that we're going to put 2 single crochet in the first stitch. Remember, we're continually working here so we don't join. 2 in that first stitch, and then 1 in the next stitch. Now pop your stitch marker in just into that first stitch that we have there, and that will set the repeat for this round now. So we have 2 single crochet in the next stitch, so there's 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next. Repeat that around, 2 single crochet and then 1 single crochet, and that will take our stitch count from 16 up to 24. Now for round 4, we don't need to increase at this point, so we're just going to work a single crochet in each of the stitches around. So that keeps our stitch count exactly the same. So we began with 24 and we'll end this round with 24. So 1 single crochet in each of the stitches around. For round 5, we need to increase again, and we're going to do that by working 2 single crochet in the first stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. Then we'll move that stitch marker, and that now becomes your repeat. You're going to work 2 single crochet in the next, and then a single crochet in the next 2. So here we are, we have 1, 2 single crochet into that next stitch, and then 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet, 2 in the next, and then 1, and then 1, and that will increase our stitch count up to 32. For round 6, we're going to increase again. So we'll step up again, we'll do 2 single crochet in that first stitch, and then we'll single crochet in 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Pop that stitch marker in, and then you're ready to keep repeating around. So 2 single crochet in the next, and then single crochet in 1, 2, and 3. And so we'll increase there from 32 to 40 stitches on the end of this round. Round 7 is going to stay exactly the same. We don't need to increase, so we're just going to work a single crochet in each stitch around. So our count will remain at 40 here. So now we're ready for our final increase round on round 8, and we're going to do that by working 2 single crochet in the first stitch, and then a single crochet in the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pop that stitch marker in before we lose ourselves. So we have 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and then a single crochet in the next 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's going to take our stitch count up to 48. At the end of round 8 then, that is the base of our bauble complete. And what we now need to do is take this stitch marker out, and we're going to grab our yarn B, which has tangled itself up over here. There we go, here we are. And we're going to introduce yarn B by working a slip stitch. Now we've been working continuous rounds up until this point, but now we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch to join, and we're only going to do it into the back loop only of that first stitch there. So slip stitch into there, pull tight on your yarn A, and then chain 1 to get us going. Now the first round here is going to be a single crochet in the back loop only of each of these stitches around. So our count stays the same now for this mosaic section that we're going to be doing, and we work a single crochet in the back loop only of each of the stitches around. So this round is the same for whichever of the 5 different baubles you are making. So we're going to work the single crochet in the back loop only in yarn B, but from this point onwards they are all slightly different. We're going to be using the same stitches. We'll either be doing a single crochet back loop only, or we'll be working a mosaic double crochet stitch, which I'll show you how to do in a minute. But you're going to have to find the written pattern or the chart for the bauble that you want to make if you haven't already, and then make sure as we work through the rounds you're applying the principles that I'm teaching you here to the bauble of your choice. I mean, hopefully, obviously you're going to make all of them, so maybe make this one with me to start with. So at the end of that round, we're now ready, as we're going to do after the end of every round now, to change our colour. So grab your long working yarn A, and then we're going to slip stitch into the back loop of that first stitch with your new colour, and then tug tight on yarn B, and we are ready to go. Now this is round 10, and I'm going to chain 1, and the first stitch it tells us needs to be a single crochet in the back loop only. So that's just what we've been doing in the round before. And the next stitch we need to do a mosaic double crochet. A mosaic double crochet is the same as a regular double crochet, we just put it in a different place. Now normally you would go into the round below, but we're actually going to put it down into 2 rounds below. And because we've worked into just the back loop only, we've got the front loop waiting for us to put the stitch into. So we yarn over and we go into that front loop that we have there, yarn over and pull through, and then you yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and complete the double crochet in exactly the same way as you would for a normal double crochet. And then the next stitch for this round is going to be a single crochet in the back loop only, and then we come to another mosaic double crochet. So we yarn over and we pop down into 2 rounds below, which will always be the same yarn colour that you're working with, and we work a mosaic double crochet. And that is the repeat for this round for this bauble. So nice and easy here, we just keep going round with a single crochet back loop and then a mosaic double crochet in the next. So that's round 10 complete. And I'm going to slip stitch into the back loop of the first stitch and change my yarn colour at the same time. So yarn over and slip stitch through there, and then I'm going to chain 1, and the next round for this particular bauble begins with a mosaic double crochet stitch. So we're in the right place and we can see that we're going into the same colour that we're working with. We're going to go down into this front loop that we have there, and then we're going to single crochet in the back loop of the next one, and that's our repeat for the round. We're going to work a mosaic double crochet in the next and a single crochet in the back loop of the next. So work your way around, and that is all that you need to know for how the entire section of this overlay mosaic works. You're just going to follow along, working either a single crochet in the back loop or a mosaic double crochet, and at the end of each round you'll slip stitch to join and change your colour. So you're going to carry on working this, following the pattern for the one that you're making up until round 18, and that will end on yarn A. So for me it will end on this colour, and then we'll be ready to insert the bauble and close the top. So if you work around until round 18 and then meet me back here and I will show you what we do next. So I've completed that whole mosaic section and I'm at the end of round 18, and now I'm going to carry on with my yarn A, and I'm going to slip stitch into that first stitch to join and into the full part of the stitch now, and we're now ready to break our yarn B. So cut that one there. For round 19 then we are going to begin decreasing, and the way that we decrease is that we're going to single crochet 2 together at certain points of the round. Now we have 48 stitches and we want to go down to 40 stitches, so we do that by moving the bauble out of the way first so I don't keep whacking it. To begin the round then we're going to single crochet 2 together over the first 2 stitches. So we begin a single crochet in the first, and then we begin a single crochet in the second, and then we yarn over and we pull through all 3 loops on the hook. So that's a single crochet 2 together, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now here's a good time to find the stitch marker that's disappeared. Here it is. And because we're working in continuous rounds again, we need to put a stitch marker in that first stitch just so we don't lose track. And that is the repeat for that round. We're going to single crochet 2 together and then single crochet in 4. So there's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So repeat that all the way around, and that will decrease your stitch count from 48 down to 40. For round 20 we're just going to work a single crochet in each of the stitches around. So we begin with 40 stitches on this round and we'll end with 40 stitches on this round. Now for round 21 we're going to decrease again. So we're going to single crochet 2 together, and then we will single crochet in 3. So 1, 2 and 3. Pop that stitch marker in and then carry on in that same way all the way around. single crochet 2 together, and then single crochet in 1, 2 and 3, and that will take our count down to 32. At the end of that round, we are ready to put our bauble in place. So we just need to tease it in, because then we're going to carry on decreasing around for the next few rounds here. So move that stitch marker out of the way, and our next round is another decrease round, and we're going to go down to 24 stitches by working a single crochet 2 together, and then single crochet in 2. Now once your bauble is in, you might find that you have to work slightly differently. I just changed the way that I hold everything pretty much. Yeah, just figure out how it works best for you. I find if I'm sitting with it on my lap, I try and brace it against my lap, or if I'm at a table, I actually push it down like I am now towards the table and kind of hold it still, because it will want to wriggle. So we single crochet 2 together, just take your time, and then a single crochet in 2. So we have 1 and we have 2. So work that all the way around, and it doesn't matter if it slips a bit up towards the top, because obviously you're going to be pulling in that direction, because once you get back round to the beginning again, you can level it up. So for our next round, we're not going to decrease, we're going to just work a single crochet in each of the stitches around. So that will keep our stitch count at 24. For round 24, we need to decrease again. So we're going to do that by working single crochet 2 together, and then single crochet in 1. And we just repeat that all the way around with a single crochet 2 together. Gets trickier and trickier the higher you get. And then a single crochet in 1. It will be, I promise. I will leave this in just to reassure you that it is tricky here at the top, but just persevere with it and you will get there. There we go. So now we have 16, and we've got one more round to go, and that's just going to be a single crochet in each of the stitches around. So there we have 16. Now for these type of baubles that have got a cap on, this works perfectly. This is the right size. But if you perhaps have some like these that just have a little tag at the top, if you wanted to, you could decrease again. You could carry on decreasing to just pull that in tighter. Or like I'm going to do now, you can just break your yarn here at the end, pull this through, and then just use your needle to gently weave it around through the last round of stitches there, just to secure it. And then finally, to get rid of that end, I go all the way down into my mosaic section. So then you can loop around a stitch of that same colour yarn, and then come up further down again, and then we'll know that that end is nice and secure. All that's left to do is to put a ribbon on of your choice, or a piece of twine, or however you want to hang yours, and then create as many as you like. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you've enjoyed making this little bauble with me. Do come and find me on social media and Hand Jam Crochet wherever you'd expect me to be, and show me what colours you use, which of the designs you make, hopefully all of them, and I will see you again soon.